Sean Duffy, Trump's new transportation secretary, put out a very bizarre and arguably very creepy memo shortly before the DC plane crash that isn't getting enough attention. But Cenk, did you know that memos could be creepy?
I'm not sure I've seen a non-creepy one yet in this administration, but this one involves how you have to make babies to get money. So it's an extra level here. This one goes to 11.
Well, the subject of this 4-page memo was ensuring reliance upon sound economic analysis in Department of Transportation policies, programs, and activities. That sounds innocuous, but hold. In a subsection titled Policies, it says, the following principles govern the implementation and administration of all DOT policies, programs, and activities. Section 3, mitigate the unique impacts of DOT programs on families and family-specific difficulties and give preference to communities with marriage and birth rates higher than the national average. The directive applies to all Transportation Department grants, loans, and contracts. That means that states with lower than average birth rates, which tend to be bluer and more diverse, could be punished with less federal transportation funding. And those states are already pissed. A spokesperson for Colorado Governor Jared Polis said tying road funding to marriage and birth rates was ludicrous on its face. A pothole doesn't belong to a political party or care if you're married or not. So it's disappointing to see President Trump and his team attempt to block road funding. An anonymous congressional aide who's worked on transportation policy said, I've never seen a memo like this before. Considering fertility rates when prioritizing federal grants, we obviously have no idea what the full impact of that will be. On some level, the idea that I think I'm going to have a baby because I'm going to get a better road outside doesn't make sense to me. On some level, yes, the policy is also consistent with what birth rate obsessed Republicans like Elon Musk and JD Vance have been pushing. Here's Vance last week at a National March for Life rally. Take a look.
Now, the task of our movement is to protect innocent life. It's to defend the unborn, and it's also to be pro-family and pro-life in the fullest sense of that word possible. So let me say very simply, I want more babies in the United States of America.
Cenk, is there any way to interpret this memo that isn't creepy?
No, so they're hitting two birds with one stone here. So one is we're pro baby, pro baby, pro baby. Okay, we got it, okay. You know what I am? I'm pro freedom. You wanna make 28 babies? Hey, God bless, brother, it's a free country. Wanna make 0 babies? God bless, brother, it's a free country. I'm not gonna change your highway funding or your boat funding based on how many babies you created, because I don't really care. It's not my business, it's your business, and that's supposed to be called America. But I mean, look at how goofy and ridiculous this is. I mean, think about it. They're literally gonna have these conversations in transportation now. We really need a high-speed rail here. It's going to improve the traffic in the highways, and we're going to get more folks using the railways. Wait, how many babies are they making? Like really? Okay. So, and then, is this a thing that happens? They're like, no, this is to create incentives. Honey, we're going to need a 3rd kid. Why? The highway's congested. So if we make more babies, then they'll give us more give us more money, okay, for funding of highways. This is absurd, it's totally absurd. But the second bird they're hitting here is they just don't want to give the money to the blue states. They just want to give it to the red states. So this is a convenient excuse while pretending to be pro-baby. So, okay, I got you, but eventually 2 will play at this game. And then we make the country way more divided. Every time a Democrat gets into office, the red states, oh, now the new thing is you're not gonna get funding for, I don't know, disaster relief because you didn't have enough cats. We'll find some demographic that the red states are bad at or whatever, right? And then we'll say, okay, that's why, no, we'd love to give you the money. It's just, you got a feline situation here, we got to work it out. It's a category 5 problem. Why am I here always? Okay, anyways. Nevertheless, we laughed. Okay, so anyways, don't do this. It divides the country. It's terrible. And okay, you want to lose the blue states forever and ever and ever. Okay, good. By the way, this could also affect purple states and swing states. Keep going. F around and find out. Well, kind of literally in this one. All right, go ahead, Was. These are all on the spot.
Obviously, this is craziness, ludicrous. I don't think this would stand up in court for a second. And my favorite thing about this is that this is DEI by another name. It just happens to be something that conservatives want to incentivize, and a group of people, they want to sort of point out and lionize, which is, I guess, people with a lot of kids. It just makes no sense. And also just the fact that this is a federal program. Like, you know, we live in the great state of California, guys. There's not a state that contributes more to federal taxes than our state. Like, we have like something like the 15th biggest economy in the world in the state of California. So that means we contribute more than anybody else. And the idea that this clown, this asshat in Trump's administration is gonna withhold federal funds from the state of California because there's not enough people having babies, the birth rate isn't high enough, is ludicrous, absurd, would obviously never pass the muster.
Yeah, Cenk, I don't know if people would even see it as an incentive, and maybe that's the government's plan, because this ties into.
What are you talking about? I'm about to go burn my condoms up right now, Jordan. What are you talking about?
Just trying to imagine someone.
We're throwing those in the trash. We're never using that again. I need roads.
You need roads. But hey, don't burn the condoms. Send them to Gaza. Oh no, they already have enough. Okay.
I'm trying to imagine a family being like, "Oh, honey, we can finally get that third lane we've always wanted." Like, who's thinking like that? Like a tax credit would do it.
Yeah. No, literally no one will have a baby because of this.
Yeah.
Literally zero. And if you do, get checked into a mental institution. Okay, so look, last thing is, if you're actually pro-baby and pro-family, I got good news for you. There's a bill you can pass that would be super helpful. Paid family leave. Gives moms 12 weeks off after they have a baby. Every other country, nearly every country on earth does it except us. All the developed countries have done it for decades. We're the only ones that live under corporate rule. There's something as simple as, hey, when you have a baby, you're gonna need 3 months to take care of the baby, bond with the baby, etc. We send them back to the mines. And then you gotta use up all your vacation days, all your sick days, you have to use all that up and barely have enough time, and then you gotta get back on the assembly lines, etc. This system is brutal, but Democrats say they're gonna pass paid family leave. It's at 84%. They don't even lift a finger to pass it. The Republicans come in and don't even pretend that they're in favor of paid family leave, even though 74% of Republican voters want it. Neither side ever does the thing that would actually work. Instead, they do gimmicks like this that are just totally asinine.
Well, and not to mention Medicare for all. The costs associated with having a kid puts that prospect just out of reach for many families. So I know it's a different policy, but it's the same thing. It's like if you want to create a system where families can grow, stop bogging them down with tens of thousands, if not more, in medical debt. It's that simple.
Yeah, I mean, there's 1,000 ways that you could encourage larger families if that's what you want. Yeah. And mainly it would be by taking care of the average American who are moms and dads. So they're not so overwhelmed. They're like, another kid? Are you kidding me? There's no way we could afford it. Yeah. So, and this ain't it. Thanks for watching the Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.